Good 7 a.m. Are you feeling stuck? Are you super frustrated that you are not moving forward in your health and wellness journey and you're not seeing the weight loss results that you really want? Well, I'm here to help. I'm here to get you the fastest next step that you could possibly take that's going to help you with meeting those goals. Hey, I'm Coach Jessica, super excited to be here to support you in building healthy habits. If you are looking for consistency and confidence, you have found the right page, and I would greatly appreciate if you give it a like, share this with a friend that you know could also use this. All right, friends, you've been wanting to work out, you've been wanting to move your body, you've been wanting to eat healthier. You know those are all the things that you need to do in order to see success in weight loss. You know that. I know that. We've known this for a very long time. But there's a part of you that just is not getting unstuck. So fastest way to get unstuck is to do one super simple thing. And I'm here to share that with you today. So I want you to think about those workouts that you've done in the past that you found that were successful, that you enjoyed, but it lost some lackluster over time, and it felt like a lot to go to that class. You'd have to drive all the way there. You'd forget your clothes in your car, and you're just like, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to bother driving back. You know, these types of roadblocks that you would continue to run up against. The scheduling that would get full, and then you're like, well, there's no way I can fit in workouts also. So I've seen this over and over and over again with different people in the course of their health and wellness journey. The ladies in the BTC have real lives. I have a real life. And when we have a real life, lots of times things come up, especially when we set this big goal for movement, because we know that moving more is going to help us feel amazing. We're less achy, we feel stronger, we have more energy, but it's just doing the thing. Like, we get off the track, we are struggling to climb back up that hill to get back into a routine. It's normal. It's very normal. You, even as a fitness professional, I still fall off track. And it takes a while sometimes to get back into the swing of things. So please know that you are not alone, and you do not have to do this by yourself. There are people out there, whether it's me or another coach, another online app that can help you get there. There are resources available. You do not have to do it on your own, okay? So if you're feeling stuck, if you are feeling unsure, good morning, Julie. Nice to see you. If you are just like looking for the next best thing to do, right, in your health and wellness, because you want to feel better, you want to feel strong, you want to feel less achy. We all know that movement is the thing to do, right? That is the next best thing. But in your brain, we're thinking we got to do all of this stuff, right? Like, and there's so much time associated with doing it that you're like, how could I possibly fit it into the day? Fair enough. Been there, done that. I've talked myself out of doing workouts many times because I'm like, I just don't have the time on my calendar to do that big workout that I need to do in order to see the success. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can break this down to something so simple that it seems almost ridiculously too small to even make a difference. But let me just tell you, friends, if you're doing nothing, well, something's going to be better than nothing. We've heard that saying before too. So if you are thinking like, what could I possibly do that could be so small that I'd actually start to see results? Well, when we commit to ourselves to do something, that momentum builds over time, which helps build motivation. How many people here are lacking some motivation on days? Give me a thumbs up, give me likes, or even just drop motivation in the comments, because we just need to be reminded, hey, I need some motivation. No, it's the momentum. It's the action that you take. So too often, again, we want this big thing, and we think we have to do all these big things, but in reality, we need to shrink it down to the very smallest thing that you could possibly do next. What? I know, it seems ridiculous. Let me share something with you. So I know that one thing, doing one thing can kickstart your movement for your day. And so maybe there's something in your life that brings you joy in movement, okay? And maybe it's a dance, maybe it's a song, maybe it is a certain style of movement. So over the winter, I typically do more yoga, and I in the winter. So I'm reflecting back to November-ish time frame, and I wasn't doing as much yoga as I would have liked to have been doing, right? And if we go back to one thing and what the next smallest step thing that you could do to get into momentum to do those things is like one yoga pose. Whew. That sounds like not enough, right? And then we tell ourselves, well, that's not enough to make a difference, so why bother doing it? Oh no, let me tell you, 6 months later, 5, it's April. April's the 4th month. 5 months later, I am doing more yoga than I have done in a very long time, and I'm doing it every single day. About 80%, right? Okay. And I just want to be real and honest with you. And it's because I decided to do something very small, which the momentum builds that motivation so you do more, right? So I picked one yoga pose, one that makes me feel like a badass. Let me just be real. The warrior pose, arms up, legs wide, and we're feeling strong in that pose. And there's so many different variations of the warrior pose that I have rotated each month for the last 5 months. It's to me to reflect back and think, 5 months? I've been doing this for 5 months. Because I started in the month of December because I wasn't moving as much as I wanted to. And so it's all about picking like just one thing. What's the next small, tiniest step that you could possibly take to see success in your health and wellness? So I'm proud to say that I'm at least 80, if not more than 80%, depending on the month and the time, that I'm doing that one yoga pose every single day. But what that does is that kickstarts my morning stretching and my workout that I want to do. So yes, I'm doing more than one, but I allow myself the permission to do one thing and be satisfied and feel successful, rather than beating myself up over the fact that I didn't do this 45-minute workout that needs to happen. Because there are going to be days in your life that life takes over and you're reacting versus driving the bus yourself. You're in the back seat because you're just like, take me along with you. I'm still here, but I'm barely holding on, right? Maybe you're even running behind the bus to get back on it, right? So just remember, you want to take the next smallest step. So I'd really encourage you to reflect on something that you really enjoy doing, whether it's walking, whether it is, and because I have a lot of people who are like, I just love to walk again. Okay, put your shoes on. Step 1, put your shoes on. Even if you don't walk outside, you need to build the habit of the step that's prior to the actual walk. Too often we get stuck and we're like, I want to go for that 5-mile walk. You've got no idea where you're going to go. You've got no outfit picked out. You don't even know where your walking shoes are. Those are roadblocks that are keeping you. So the very next step is just find them shoes, my friend, okay? And step out the door. And then once you get into the routine of finding your shoes and stepping out the door, once you've already stepped out the door, you might as well at least walk down to the end of the driveway. End of the driveway, you can walk around the block or down the street, or throw those shoes in your car. So on your lunch break, you can take an extra few steps, or right after work, you can walk where there's a safe space to walk. These things are easier when you break them down. So I'm going to reference Luke 14:28. I'm going to paraphrase this, but in this chapter, they're talking about building a tower, right? If you've ever worked in an industry where you are doing a project, if you have ever worked on a project, a spreadsheet, you need to sit down and you need to plan what you're going to do, right? So in Luke 14:28, they're talking about building a tower. It literally says in the Bible, you need to sit down and figure out the costs and the plan in order to build that tower. Same thing for building your health and wellness journey. The very next step, like what is step 1 in your journey in order to see that success in your health and wellness? It is to put those shoes on, right? Or to pick that one exercise that you're going to do. So I try to make it really easy for everyone in the BTC to make and see success. We set goals associated with one thing, like doing one thing. That's your good day. Everybody wants to have a good day. When you're having a good day, you can feel successful, even though it's not the 45-minute workout. You've done the one thing. So what's your one thing that's going to kickstart your health and your wellness? Mine is the warrior. But I also have the Great 8. The Great 8 is another great starting point. It gives you focus for one exercise per day. You want to learn more about it? I've been sharing some videos associated with how to do all of the 8 exercises over a course of time. It's one simple thing that you do each day, and it's going to cover all the muscle groups. It's going to make you feel strong and like a badass. Just like I said, when I do my warrior, I feel like a badass. And that energy that you're going to be able to take forward through your day because you're doing the thing that you say that you're going to do. So if you are stuck, I'm going to encourage you to break it down into the tiniest next step, like putting your shoes on or doing the warrior pose or doing some push-ups, whatever it is that will help you build that momentum so that you feel motivated to do it the next day. I love you all. God bless each and every one of you. And I encourage you to drink some water today.